Hey guys, a lot of people have been wanting me to talk about the weakest quest bosses in RuneScape and some of the lore behind them, so that's what this video is all about. I hope you guys enjoy. Number 10, the Tree Spirit from the Lost City quest. Its combat level is 101 and its hit points level 85 and its max hit is 10. It sits down in the dungeon of Entrana, guarding the Draymond Tree. The Tree Spirit appears to be weak to fire spells and earth spells and has reasonably high melee defense. However, it will die fairly easy if the player hides behind a mushroom and uses mage against it. When I first attempted this boss as a noob, I thought it was the hardest thing in the world, but later on, I eventually realized it wasn't. Number 9, Elvarg from the Dragon Slayer quest, a boss all of us have slain at one point or another. She has 83 combat, 80 hit points, and her max hit with melee is 8 and 15 with magic. She was confirmed to be female in the postbag from the hedge on the 7th of March in 2007, but nobody knows when she actually decided to inhabit Crandor Island. It wasn't until the 5th age that an adventurer stumbled onto her, awaking her, and was eventually slain by her. In a rage, she was rumored to have destroyed most of Crandor, which at that time had a well-established colony and shipping routes all over the world. Elvarg is the final boss for free players and will always be the initiation into the transition of becoming a member. Number 8, the Kendall from the Mountain Daughter quest. His combat level is 70, his hit points 50, and his max hit is 9. The mountain people believe him to be one of their gods, however he is in fact just a man wearing a bear suit. You, the player, discover Kendall's secret after stating that he looks like a man in a bear suit. The Kendall then unwittingly exclaims, "How did you know?" He only uses melee and has very little HP, so he's very easy to fight, and he's most known for his bear mask that he drops after you kill him. Number 7, Sigmund. He appears in the Lost Tribe quest, the Death to the Dorgashun quest, and Another Slice of Ham. He's a high-ranking member of the Humans Against Monsters clan and formerly an advisor to Duke Horacio, the Duke of Lumbridge. During the Lost Tribe quest, you get him fired, and during the Death to the Dorgashun quest, you fight him. During that quest, he has a combat level of 50, but you encounter him again during the Another Slice of Ham quest, only to see that he had been getting stronger and wasn't truly defeated, and now has a combat level of 64. Though he is one of the weakest quest bosses, he is very much so one of the most annoying and reoccurring. Number 6, King Rolled from the What Lies Below quest. During that quest, he falls under a mind control spell cast by Surok Magus and is forced to fight against you. He's level 47 and can be only defeated if the player summons Zaf when his hit points is at 0. The same day the quest was released, King Rolled's graphics were revamped. Here's what he looked like in the past, and this is what he looks like now. It looks like he's gained a little bit of weight in the after picture. Though he is the ruler of Misthalin, he is mostly influenced by his spoiled wife and usually does everything that she says. Number 5, Tolna from the Souls Bane quest. Tolna started off as a young boy who ran away from his parents' home in Varrock, but he stumbled onto a rift and ventured too far in. The dungeon's power morphed him into a three-headed beast who is killed in the final part of the quest, and after being defeated, he returns to his original form, being a human. Though he was a young boy when he first disappeared, he's now a much older man. Once he's reunited with his parents, he then decides to start safeguarding the rift that adventurers pass through, so they won't accidentally suffer the same fate that he had to for so long. Number 4, Solus Delager from the Wanted quest. Solus actually doesn't have a combat level, however he only has 40 hit points, so it can't be too high, but there is no doubt that he's an extremely powerful mage. This is demonstrated during a cutscene in the quest when he casts Ice Barrage and kills all the guards around him in one hit. He's a mass murderer and very mysterious, as little is actually known about him or his history. Number 3, Count Draenor from the Vampire Slayer quest. His full name is Count Victor Draenor Draken, and he lives in a coffin in the basement of Draenor Manor. He's responsible for many deaths of adventurers, but is the weakest vampire in all of RuneScape. He can't be killed with the typical weapon, but he can be damaged by one until you're supposed to use a hammer and a stake on him to actually kill him. The Count also presumably came to Gielinor with Lord Draken, his brother, in the Second Age, making him over 8,000 years old. Number 2, Delrith from the Demon Slayer quest. With a combat level of 27 and only having 7 hit points, he's definitely one of the weakest quest bosses. He's a demon of unknown origin, resembling a laser demon in appearance. However, there are no laser demons that actually really resemble him. He was once summoned in ancient times by a cult of monks, but quickly defeated by an ancient knight of sorts with the powerful weapon known as Silverlight and an ancient incantation. But for some unknown reason, the dark wizards at the south entrance of Varrock are performing the ritual to summon Delrith into this world again. Number 1. Alamone from the quest Haziel Cult. With a combat level of 13 but a hit point level of 25, he is without a doubt the weakest RuneScape quest boss that exists, at least in old school RuneScape. He's the leader of the cult of Haziel south of Ardoin, but players can choose whether or not they'd like to side with him during the quest. If you choose not to, Alamone must be killed later on. He'll drop Carnelian armor, but only during the quest itself. An interesting fact about his character, though, is that when he does attack you, even though he appears unarmed, instead of a normal punch noise, a dagger sound is made instead. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and liked learning about some of the lore behind some of the weakest quest bosses that exist within RuneScape. That's all I've got for you guys today, and I will talk to you guys later.